Good morning, everyone. It is a little after 9 a.m. I'm Scott Micklin here along with Megan Cullop.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Happy Wednesday.
Same to you.
Yeah, how you doing?
I'm okay.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
I'm just trying not to touch my face.
Don't touch your face.
I know.
Our audience is very tuned into the Megan face touching, apparently, right?
Yes, they're very concerned.
So actually, I got you a present.
What is it? These are like dish gloves.
Put some gloves on. I don't care. Does it matter?
It doesn't.
As long as you're not touching your face, it doesn't matter.
It does not matter.
So
as long as you're
I bought you some gloves. So
guidelines.
Since you're going to touch your face anyway, you might as well do it safely.
Perfect use for yard work, woodworking, construction,
and if
face touching.
And if you want to come over and rake some leaves, wearing those at my house.
So long as I don't go in your house or see you.
That's right. Well, that's it. Okay. Exactly. Anyway.
Cool.
So, good morning, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to our local coronavirus information program that we're doing Monday through Thursday, 9 a.m. Again, through our partner stations at KNMI. We thank them very much. And KSJE.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's super fun. It's my favorite part of the day.
Well, thank you. Yeah. Wow.
Spending my quarantine time with you.
Wow. And the audience.
And the audience.
And everybody else. So there you go, everybody. We're glad that you're with us, too. There's a lot of stuff we want to talk about today. And we had a busy show yesterday. So, again, we encourage you to go online and check out some of the other shows. We talked about the Navajo Nation curfew this weekend with the police chief, so directly from the people that know what's going on. So that was great. We talked about volunteer opportunities and also the helpline that the United Way is doing.
That's right.
Again.
Well, there's the You Need helpline, and there's You Want
I Want a helpline. There's two different
There
ways,
are two different lines.
Depending on your situation.
Exactly.
So that's true.
Yeah.
So, perfect. So I thought we'd start maybe with the numbers.
You want to go to the numbers?
We didn't do that yesterday.
We did not do the numbers.
And that's
yesterday.
okay. We don't have to every day. But hold on one second while I get them called up here. One second.
So international news while you do that.
Thank you.
China has lifted some of the lockdown restrictions on Wuhan just last night. So I was listening to a podcast about it this morning. And which brings up the question that we've been talking about, Scott, that we're eager to ask the next medical professional that we can get on here, which is, at what point, when we relax the quarantine, like, how far do we get to go back into regular lifestyles, right? So when we started slipping into the total lockdown that we're under, or total lockdown, not in the legal sense, but, in the social sense, it was actually kind of a slow slide on some level. I mean, it still felt like a sudden change, I think. But It went from, for example, the restaurant example, 50% capacity to 2 days later, only takeout. And so I kind of wonder, on the flip side of that, when we're done with this thing, how much are they going to let us back into normalcy?
Right.
And what is the prudent way to do that so you don't have a second wave,
which is we've talked about, Kirk. So there's been a lot of comparisons to the Spanish flu of 1918, and they had a second wave.
They did have a second wave,
and that was, and again, very deadly across the country, across the world. So we don't want to do that.
Nope.
We'd like to avoid that. All right, here's the numbers again, KSJE.com. We've been compiling all the stories, and so yesterday was a pretty rough day for numbers. If you're looking at the numbers, we're up 109 cases in New Mexico. San Juan County has now topped the 100-case mark at 107 with 24 more. One additional death in New Mexico, and of course 38 more recoveries in New Mexico.
Great.
From yesterday.
I also learned something interesting that would be another interesting thing to ask. I don't know who we would ask, but we need to maybe find whoever that person would be. That most states take 6 weeks to report their death. Like their death rates, which includes all of them, not just COVID. But anyway, so that's fascinating. So there is always like this lag, I guess.
Right. I have reached out to the health department, the state health department, to see if they could provide somebody.
That would be great.
I have not heard back.
Okay.
But we'll see.
We'll keep badgering them. We're good at badgering.
Yes. They replied to one of my emails, so there's that. So I appreciate that.
Thank you, State Health Department.
But I know they're busy, like everybody else.
They are busy like everybody else, yes.
So anyway, folks, if you want to go to this, get the same information that we're sharing with you, that's our website, ksje.com. You look under news, and there's this COVID-19 coronavirus tab that you can check it all out. We update this every day. And when the state announces the new tests, and it kind of gives you the breakdown of the counties. And then below that, though, are the other stories that I like to share and show you and talk about a little bit. Navajo Nation of course, we talked about their curfew, and this is the
Yeah.
reasons why, because the cases are really high on the Navajo Nation. They're now at 426. 42 more new cases
Yeah.
yesterday reported and 2 more deaths.
Yes.
So that is why there's this weekend curfew coming in, the 57-hour curfew for the Navajo Nation. The other story that we could talk about, the San Juan County reducing burn permit request times. So that's, again, just because of what's going on.
Right. I was really interested in Chief Francisco's educational checkpoints because that's also something that I'm just learning and experiencing is the more information you're tapped into, the more seriously you begin to take this thing, which we should take it seriously. But yeah.
Right. And the chief was saying yesterday that they are, when they're stopping people, they're giving a brochure about why they're doing this and what's it all involved.
We're not just trying to like ruin your weekend.
Right. They're trying to be jerks. They're just trying to, again, explain that. So again, all that information is there. La Plata County, again, +1 yesterday. The hospital's external assessment dates, and so those are the stories that we've updated there.
External assessments Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
That's right.
Cool.
At the hospital. So there you go, everybody. And we invite you to go check that out at ksje.com. And with that being said, we have a caller.
Ooh.
How about that?
We love that.
We love callers, right? Good morning. You're on KSJE. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hello, who's this?
This is Anita Griego with Girl Scouts of New Mexico Trails.
Oh, hello, Anita. Thank you for calling in.
Yeah, I just got a shout out from one of my coworkers. She said that you all were interested in hearing about the amazing things that Girl Scouts are doing right now. They are seeking donations for drivers, and they're reaching out to the community, both individuals and businesses, asking them to purchase cookies so that they can donate them to these amazing highway heroes.
Oh, how about that?
Great. Tell us more about Highway Heroes.
Well, Highway Heroes is a partnership that Girl Scouts of New Mexico Trails has with Love's travel shops.
Okay, the truck
okay.
stops, right? Okay.
Right, right. And what will happen is, as people purchase cookies, they can visit our website at nmgirlscouts.org, purchase their cookies, and choose to have them donated. Then I think we'll start this in about a month, but whenever our stay-at-home order has been lifted, we will deliver all of those donated cookies to Trucks Travel Stops, and they will hand them out to all the drivers who are working so hard making all those critical deliveries for us right now.
Oh, that's
Great
great.
idea.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, we like
Wow.
that.
Yeah, and I think that's been one of the things that one of those little things that we've bemoaned during quarantine is where are the adorable Girl Scouts standing outside of stores selling us cookies?
They
right?
can't do that anymore.
They can't do that anymore.
That's
yeah.
true.
Right.
So there you go. But this is a great way to do this, and then and as you mentioned, thank these truck drivers who are really on, again, more of these frontline workers.
They're
I
an
think
essential, yeah.
either they're bringing masks or they're bringing hospital equipment, gloves for Megan so she doesn't touch her face,
So I don't touch my face.
or food to the grocery stores. Exactly. So
Exactly. All of those things. And then just one other thing that Girl Scouts is currently doing on their website, they are inviting the community, and you don't have to be a Girl Scout to participate, but they're inviting the community to visit us at nmgirlscouts.org. We have several activities listed there by age level, and those will change every day. Every day has a different focus. We have outdoor, we have STEM activities, we have life skills, and we also have entrepreneur. And we're inviting everyone to come and visit us and see what Girl Scouts is all about. There's no fee, but there's some really fun activities.
Great.
that's wonderful.
So just one more time, how do we order those cookies now that we don't have all the adorable Girl Scouts around town?
Just go to nmgirlscouts.org and click on Donate for Drivers. It's at the very top of the webpage.
Can't miss it.
Wonderful.
Okay. Well, that's wonderful. Thank you so much for calling in and sharing that.
Thank you so much.
You are welcome.
Have a great day, guys.
Have a
You
great
too.
day.
Thank you so much. How about that?
That's great
Look at
because
that.
I'm a thin minter.
Are you?
Yeah, like store in the freezer.
I could probably, I figured maybe. You seem like a thin minter.
Do I seem like a thin mint
You
girl?
do. I don't want to stereotype, but I'm just saying. Some people are thin minters and some people aren't, and
That's
you
right.
fit the profile.
I do.
Is all I can say.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Great.
Exactly.
Cool.
We have another caller.
Thank God. Okay,
Yes, I
cool.
know. Good morning. You're on KSJE. How are you?
Good morning, Scott. This is Carmen with the Small Business Development Center. How are you?
Hi, Carmen
Hi,
Martinez from the Small Business Development Center. We are well, and thank you for calling in to talk a little bit about some of the work that you and your staff are doing for businesses, because we really haven't talked too much on this program about the impacts that businesses are having. We just heard another round of closures to businesses deemed non-essential from the governor, I believe it was yesterday. And so
Yeah.
let us know what you're hearing in your office, Carmen Martinez.
Well, we are fielding a lot of calls as far as the financial assistance that's available to businesses through that CARES Act.
Right, that was part of the stimulus that was passed, just last week, I think,
Friday.
right? The $2 trillion.
Yes, yeah. And so we're working with business owners. They're welcome to reach out to us for assistance with that. We're trying to stay connected with all the lenders to see, who's doing these loans, and trying to keep updated on what's going on daily.
And this is a lot of coordination, isn't it, Carmen Martinez, with between you and the banks and the government, right, to get all this kind of working pretty quickly? I know there's been maybe a little bit of glitches, but you're working on it?
Yes, and the SBA, the Small Business Administration, because the rule really, some of the stuff really isn't going to be final till April 11th. So some of the information does unfortunately change daily, but we are, the banks are doing great. They are under the same, strenuous circumstances. They're doing the best that they can with the information that they have.
Sure.
Great. Now, it's my understanding that the CARES Act has at least two components to it that I've heard of, and one is the payroll protection plan for small business employees, and the other is a loan. Sorry. Can you
Yes.
can you maybe go into that a little more?
Yes, so there are two programs available. The Paycheck Protection Program is done directly through your lender. If you're a business owner listening, I would encourage you to go ahead and reach out to your banker if you're interested in that. And so what that will provide is up to 8 weeks of payroll forgiveness. So at the end of once you get the loan, at the end of the 8 weeks, you are going to turn in documentation to your lender, and then those costs of the payroll for you, including about 25% of the rent and utilities. It can't be the whole loan for rent and utilities. All that will be forgiven.
Wow.
Any amount left over, since you can ask for 2.5 times your monthly payroll, can be rolled into a 2-year loan at 1%.
And then I would think would be very helpful for some of these businesses, Carmen Martinez, right, these days?
Yes, the intent is to keep employees on the payroll. I mean, that is the whole purpose of this. As long as a small business can do that, that is the purpose. Now, the other loan that you alluded to, it's called the Economic Injury Disaster Loan. And that is done directly through the SBA. There's an online portal that I can send to anybody who reaches out to us. You register on there. It's really quick and easy. They've taken away a lot of the complicated data that used to be required. You can request up to emergency relief of up to $10,000. Okay, now that's going to be something that the business has to qualify for. But you can request that.
Right.
Now, I've had businesses who've done this, and they have yet to receive the money. And again, I believe it's partly because of the April 11th thing. They're still trying to kind of figure it out. The law is in place, but they're still trying to figure out how they're going to make this happen.
Sure. But it's good to get started now, I would think.
Oh, definitely. I'm encouraging everybody who can, just go ahead and get your name in the queue. The SBA will reach out to you later. And I'm thinking at this point, it's 3 weeks to a month out. And at that point, you can assess, and we can help you with this process. We can assess, okay, what is it that I need in terms of financing? Where are we as a nation? Do we have this under control? Is it still going to be a while before everybody can really get back to work and doing business? Then we can make a request. A loan request, it is a loan, 3.75%. That's not a bad interest rate. And then the term can be up to 30 years. So they're going to look at the cash flow of the business, realistically what the business can afford.
Right.
And that's why the term is so long.
Well, that's those are all good.
They're going to work with you.
Lots of good information,
Yeah.
Carmen Martinez. And you mentioned, the payroll program I want to ask you a little bit about.
Yes.
Because I think that's so important maybe for folks that are, business owners that are wondering what's, like we were talking about just a few minutes ago, what things are going to look like after some of these restrictions come off. Maybe they won't be able to reopen fully right away. It may be more of a phased-in operation, maybe for restaurants or things like that. But the other part of this, too, is the idea is, as you mentioned, is to keep those employees on the payroll. And I think for your employees, it kind of gives them some hope that they are going to get their jobs back on the other side of this. And if you had a great team, there's no reason to break that team up if you can keep them all on the payroll and use this program to pay those bills, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely. And I do hear that a lot about, from our local employers. Man, I have a great team. I really want to keep them. What is there that I can do to accomplish that? So, yes, that's definitely the intent. If you can, again, I encourage you to apply as quickly as possible. We can help you with the requirements. Definitely talk to your lender about what they are requiring as far as documentation for that loan. And it's basically payroll records. Your
Right.
941. What is it that you paid in the last 4 quarters, so we can average that out? It should be information that every business owner has.
Great. So if we were, okay, sorry, Scott turned me down. So here I am back. I'm back
You're
now.
back. You're
Thank
full
you.
volume.
Thank
You're-
you, Scott.
yes,
okay.
ma'am.
Carmen, one more question from me is, how would people who have questions about this or who need extra guidance through this process, how do we reach you?
Okay, so the college has been very helpful. They have actually given me a little helpline. So Christy, Judy, and myself are fielding calls, 505-566-3533. You can find out more information. Marketing did a great job updating our website, sanjuancollege.edu/SBDC. You can get some of the information there. We are also offering daily webinars on the Paycheck Protection Program as well as the Economic Injury Disaster Loan. So please sign up and take a webinar. They're real quick, 1 hour, and they do it's live, so you do get your questions answered. So there's a lot of resources. All of the business resources have band together to help out. This includes WEST, SCORE, VBOC, which is the Veterans Center. So everybody's doing their best to help the small business community.
That's wonderful.
That's great. And I know we're going to be talking more about small businesses with Jamie Church from the Chamber of Commerce. I know they've been very active with their memberships to get this information out to them. And I think a lot of this is just happening so quickly, and these programs that are being unveiled are happening so quickly. There's still a lot of questions and still a lot of uncertainty, I'm sure, for a lot of these folks having to make some of these tough decisions about their business, right?
Right. And again, that's what we can help on a daily basis. I know right now it's overwhelming, but like you said earlier, we have to think about the future. So what is that going to look like? We can start planning that today. That's another way that we can assist business owners, not just with the financial piece, but
Right.
what is the business going to look like, when we're out of this? What is the market going to look like? So there's other ways that we can assist you as well. And if you just need somebody to talk to, we're good at that also.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you guys you guys had to step up really quickly, I feel, so we appreciate that.
Yeah, no,
Nope. She stepped up and stepped off the phone. We lost you, Carmen
We lost
Martinez.
you.
So if you want to call us back, I don't know why that happened, but it did. So maybe she was in the tunnel,
Who knows?
the famous Farmington Tunnel. I don't know, but we lost your call.
We don't have any tunnels for those of you who are not local.
Right, we really don't.
But-
But that's what's funny about it.
Yep.
That's why that was
Thank
funny.
You. Thank you, Scott.
Thank you for
You know, if you have to
diagramming
explain,
my joke.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you have to explain a joke, Scott, you know it's not funny anymore.
I understand.
Okay.
But anyway,
Cool.
Until we hear back from Carmen Martinez, great information.
Yeah.
Her phone number again, you wrote
Yes,
it down.
I did
so
write
thank
it down.
You.
That's my job as note taker.
I was busy turning off your
I was gonna
microphone.
say, as you turn off my mic, I take notes for us. Okay, so it's 505. That's area code 566-3533 566-3533, and that takes you to their line. And it sounds like any questions you have, they'll be able to help you out. So
Right, exactly. Carmen, are you back with us?
Yes, I'm sorry. This MyTel app, I'm not sure what's going on.
Oh, that's okay.
No worries.
That's all right. But we're glad you called us back. No problem. And I did want to ask you one more thing about, is there, and you may not know the answer to this, and that's perfectly fine, but if there was a business maybe that closed and laid off all their folks, can they hire them back under this payroll program and get them back maybe on this, or is there kind of a too late for doing that? Do you happen to know?
No, not at all. Again, that's, part of the intent as well. So if you have laid off your employees, and obviously you know what your payroll was in 2019, that is the amount that you asked for. And, for the 8 weeks, you can provide the full payroll, taxes, insurance, whatever it is that you had as part of your employee package. All that is covered.
So it's not too late. You could actually bring them back and get the benefits of this program to see you through this period.
Yes. I just highly encourage you to please check in with your lender right away.
Right, because isn't it a rolling, it's like a first come, first served basis. Do you think there's going to be a phase 2 in this?
That's
From
what
Congress,
I'm
it sounds like it, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing.
Okay.
Nothing official yet, but yeah, that's what I'm hearing. Again, it's the unknown. Is 8 weeks enough?
Right.
Right.
So this could be extended perhaps, and I guess if you're already in the program, you would maybe be part of any type of extension, not have to apply again. Again, we don't know, but that's why it makes sense to get in now rather than wait.
Right. Because you can always say no. If you don't need it or you can do something different, you can always say no. But, yeah, I would take full advantage of what's being offered right now.
Sure.
Definitely.
Why wouldn't you? Yeah.
And again, Carmen, you gave us your phone number, and so you are obviously dealing with folks who are calling in remotely, and they don't have to come to the office because they can't. So you've got all that set up, and the website too, which has kind of been, you've got some added things there so folks can find what they need there too.
Exactly, yeah. There's information on both programs. Again, there's the webinars and our contact information. You can register, and it comes directly to our database, so we will give you a call right away as soon as your name hits the,
Right.
hits our.
And before we let you go, Carmen Martinez, what are you hearing when folks are calling you? Are they just concerned? Are they frustrated? Are they just trying to figure out what to do next? I mean, can you share anything from conversations that you've had with local business owners?
Yeah, they want to be here, and they want to keep their employees. And again, the uncertainty is the thing that it's hard to plan for. But they do want to keep their teams, and they're doing everything that they can to survive through this.
And these programs, does it seem to you like they are addressing some of the more, at least immediate needs of these small businesses and some of the more maybe longer term needs as well? Does it seem to be they're in the right spot?
Yeah. At this point, yes. Like I said,
Okay.
long term, we'll have to figure that out. But yes, for now, it is being very helpful
Okay.
to try to keep everybody surviving.
Very good.
Wonderful.
And again, that phone number one more time.
56.
505. Go ahead.
No, well, I think it's your phone number, so you can go ahead.
Go ahead, Carmen.
505-566-3533.
There you go.
Great.
All righty. And the website, again, is through San Juan College, correct?
Yes, /SBDC.
sanjuancollege.edu/SBDC, Small Business Development Center. Perfect.
Correct.
Wonderful. Well, Carmen, thank you for calling in this morning. We appreciate it very much.
Thank you, Scott. Have a great day.
All right, you too. Stay well. Stay safe. That is Carmen Martinez, everyone. Thank you very much. And again, the Small Business Development Center, which is usually here at San Juan College, and now
Right.
it's, of course, remote like everything else.
Exactly. San
But-
Juan College, man. Just stepping up all over the place during this crisis. And
Well,
we're not
you
just
know,
saying that because we're part of San Juan
Because of
College
KSJE. But
ourselves.
I
but-
see. But yes,
Yeah.
but great resources. So again, I know, I see the stories on Facebook. I see the frustration from some folks that are having to shut their business down and
Absolutely.
not knowing when they can open back up. But I would
Yeah.
definitely encourage folks to take advantage of these programs because that's
Why
what they're
wouldn't
there
you?
for.
No, why wouldn't you? Yeah, especially, I mean, PPP, the payroll one, is basically a grant. So
Right.
you don't have to, why wouldn't you take
You wouldn't have to
advantage
pay it
of that?
back.
Yeah, it's
That's
free
right.
money.
And the idea, and again, keeping those folks on your payroll so they know
Yes.
that they've got a check coming in,
For sure.
that eases their stress levels, I'm sure, immensely.
I can't imagine it wouldn't. I mean, and hopefully Jamie Church will speak to that next week because they did in town that small business survey
Of her members,
that they
that's
send
right.
out. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Very true.
yeah, so there was a lot of concerning data that came back regarding that. So it's nice to know that folks like Carmen and the rest of that office
They're on it.
they're on it.
And they can get you signed up, it
Yeah.
sounds like. And offering some of these seminars and webinars to
Right.
maybe answer some other questions too.
So many webinars.
We are now,
I would like to know
right? There are
if
a lot of
everybody
them.
else is experiencing like Zoom fatigue.
You know, it's getting there. You know,
getting-
it is getting there.
It's yeah,
A lot of Zoom meetings these days. Mm-hmm. But
Zoom fatigue.
that's okay.
It is.
There
It's
you
what
go.
it's what we're doing.
That's true. Very
What
true.
we have to do.
So, what else do we want to share today?
You know,
Are we good?
I think so.
Are we good?
Yeah.
We didn't ask anyone else to call in.
I know. I mean, but
Our
of course,
listeners,
there's
our
always
viewers.
there's always an open line to call in.
There is always an open line, everybody.
So-
If you wanted to do that, I'll put that up there in case you forgot how to do that.
Right.
But you could call us up with a question. How are you dealing with all this stuff?
Yeah.
Audience, you
I
can
know,
give us
I'm
a
still
call in
waiting for the-
final moments here
Yeah.
because we don't really have a lot of call-in shows in Farmington, and so I don't think we're in the habit of calling the radio station and just talking.
That's right. But you should totally do that.
We'd love for you to do
We
that.
will, especially if
everybody.
you have something interesting to say.
Sure. 566-3909 is the number, 566-3909. And if you're listening on the radio, you need to call in Monday through Thursday at 9 a.m.
Yes.
That's when you can call, not
is-
when you're listening to the radio, because the show's not live.
That's right.
You understand?
Yep. Yeah.
She's got it.
It's slowly
Time and
clicking.
space.
Yeah, sorry. It's slowly clicking for me.
Got it?
Hopefully you guys got it.
Okay.
Yeah, so I did see a bear in my neighbor's window. the
Did
other
you
day.
now? You went on a bear hunt?
I didn't go. I wasn't personally bear hunting. I
Okay,
was.
but you happened to see it.
Yeah, I was taking
Okay.
a really long walk, enjoying the moon. It's been crazy the past 48
It
hours.
was a
Have you
super
seen
moon
that?
overnight.
Yeah.
Last night was the
Right?
super moon night. Yeah.
Yeah. So I should have taken a book out there and read by moonlight.
By the light of the silvery moon. There's a song like
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Good radio.
Could have done that.
Here we are.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
Well, everybody, we are going to wrap up the show today, I think,
Yeah.
because of comments like this.
Yeah. Because
Talking
yeah.
about song titles.
Because it's
and
just
song lyrics.
because all we're doing is going further and further down the rabbit hole. So
We are.
will prevent us some embarrassment here and
Yes.
shut her down.
But I don't think you've touched your face once. I'm proud of you.
I really haven't.
I think you now have a thing about that.
Well, I hope so. I mean, that's like one of their top rules. And it's, have you seen? There's this great. I mean, the memes these days are keeping us alive.
They are.
I think.
That's
Right.
true.
I'm loving a good meme these days. And there was one that said, "It turns out my top hobbies are frequenting non-essential businesses, eating at restaurants, and touching my face." So,
See? There you go.
hilarious.
Love it.
Love it.
All right. More tomorrow, everybody, when we talk to you on Thursday. But this is our local coronavirus information program. We're on the air to share local information, but I think when we're done, we're done.
That's right.
But there you go. So stay positive, stay healthy, everyone, and we'll talk to you tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. See ya.